So today we're going to talk about one of the most problematic content creators here in Poland. You guys have maybe seen his videos before. He goes by the name of CB Alto. And I met this guy before. He's a pretty cool guy in person. A lot of his more recent stuff is just like trivia questions, ratings, you know, typical street interview kind of stuff. No problem there. A lot of his content is about portraying Polish girls as whores.
First one I sent, it's with a black guy. And I think about his dick, like, okay, it will be big.
Did you speak to him the next day?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Most of the time, they don't want a relationship with you. They just want to have sex or something. If I look for sex today, bro, I will get some, bro.
20 girls waiting for us tonight.
In one of my latest videos, I called out his content, saying that he's profiting over showing the trashiest parts of Poland. And you have some content creators like, I mean, this guy's my friend. I don't mean to put him on blast, but like CB Alto doing all these street interviews. He's doing kind of this Jerry Springer content that I think is a bad look to Poland. He's just showing like the trashiest parts of Poland, and I'm surprised that guy has not gotten beaten up yet because he seems to really not care about portraying Poland in a good light. And I think this is objectively true. And especially when you're coming to a country where you are a guest, I don't think it's a good look trying to profit off of making this kind of content. And I'm not the only one that seems to think this way. I know a lot of local Polish people have a problem with this content as well. And he's received numerous death threats because of his content. So him and I were pretty cordial. We've met a couple times. He's another content creator, so we're kind of like a mutual acquaintance. I respect people who are hustling because content creation is not easy. But I'm a man of principle. When I see something that I don't think is right, it's my responsibility as one of the bigger creators here in Poland to call this out. I never made any personal jabs at him. I never said anything about his looks or his past or who he is as a person. All I said that I think some of his content is problematic because it's portraying Poland in a certain negative light and that's attracting the wrong kind of people. He recently saw this video and he felt the need to respond back to me. He chose to make it very personal and go after me with personal attacks, which I think is kind of a low blow. And then he also accuses me for talking about my abortion, for trying to get views. The clip that he used was taken completely out of context, and I talked about my abortion in that video because I wanted to talk about the risks and the consequences of having casual sex. And after I went through that whole pregnancy situation when I was back in Colombia with one of my ex-girlfriends, long story short, she got pregnant by pre-cum. It was crazy, and she ended up having to get an abortion, one of the most traumatic experiences of my life. After going through that, it really changed my mentality on sex and hooking up with strangers because I was shown the real consequences of what can happen when you have unprotected sex. And because his mind is wired to chase clout and views by any means possible, it doesn't matter who he damages along the way, he thinks that everybody else makes content like that. So he had a problem with this Instagram reel that I did on Warsaw Confidential.
You and I were both learning Polish right now. I think it's a cool language, but one of my friends who's also a content creator openly, he lives here for 3 years and he has not learned Polish. He learns Russian. And when asked, like, you're living here in Poland, or why aren't you learning Polish? And he says, well, I don't need to learn it, and everybody here speaks Russian. A lot of my friends have lived here for 3, 4, 5 years, and none of them speak Polish or have put the effort. I think that's going to be a problem in the long term.
And I didn't call him out by name, but he got tagged in that video because the Instagram reel that we use as an example was his content. But apparently he took it as me like making a slide at him or purposely targeting him. So in response, he used this clip to try to show that I don't speak Polish, but he purposely edited out the part where I was speaking Polish to make me look dumber than I was.
Say something in Polish now.
Yes. I don't know how to say. Yes, my Spanish is coming in.
What? Can you say something in Polish now?
Tak. Mówię po polsku. Jestem z Chińczykiem, ale jestem z Ameryki. Mówię mieszkać w Polsce, bo jest I don't know how to say. Yes.
And he's trying to spread this lie that I don't speak Polish for shit. I teraz mówię po polsku o wiele lepiej. Uczę się polskiego od 6 miesięcy i od czasu tego wywiadu poczyniłem duży progres. So he leaves out the fact that this interview was done after me being here for only a few months. I barely started my Polish learning journey. So I've been learning Polish for 6 months, and he thinks that I'm bullshitting. And this is just my first notebook of Polish. I'm already on my second one, and I've been taking lessons consistently this whole entire time. Polish is a very hard language, and I'm really trying my best. And I hate the fact that this guy is purposely taking my videos out of context and lying about me. And for what, bro? And it's crazy that he's coming after me when he purposely chose not to learn Polish while he was here.
You live here in Poland now?
Yeah, I've been here like two and a half years.
Do you speak Polish?
No.
No, really? Maybe this interview thing might help you a bit to learn Polish.
No. The funny thing is, when I moved here, I learned Russian here.
What?
Yeah.
So you learned Russian in Poland
Yeah.
instead of Polish?
Well, I mean, everybody speaks Russian here.
And especially knowing Poland's history with their language and with Russia, the fact that he openly says this is so arrogant. So he does not give a shit about Poland. He's trying to profit as much as he can by painting Polish people in the worst light possible. And this is because he sees Poland as a lesser country. His girlfriend, I haven't met her, but she's a nice girl. She's the one filming him for all these interviews. She's Belarusian, and I don't think they're planning on staying here long. I think they're planning on leaving, which is why he doesn't care about any of the damage that he's doing to Poland. He's trying to gain as much clout as he can and then just take off without having to see the consequences of it. How else can you explain why he makes this kind of content? Would you want to be friends with this guy? Someone who puts fame and chasing clout over everything? He either has zero self-awareness for the content that he's making and trying to portray Poland in a bad light even though he's a guest in this country, or he knows exactly what he's doing and the damage that he's causing, but he's choosing to do it anyways because he simply doesn't care. So I reached out to him on Instagram to ask him why he's doing all of these things, and he just proceeded to berate me, telling me how I'm a fake person. It's my fault because I came after him first, and because I came after him first, now he's making it his mission to try to paint me in the worst light possible. So I feel bad for anybody who wants to associate with him, whether it's like a friendship or a relationship, right? The fact that just because I made a comment about how his content is coming off to the world, and he uses that as justification, he's doing this to me now, but this is pretty much his whole entire content, right? This is how we got popular in the first place, trying to get drunk people to say really crazy dumb things and then putting it on the internet. So if you go on his links page, he sells this single man's guide to Poland where you can go and meet hot girls. He also was trying to be a streamer on Kick for a while, but that wasn't really successful because his fame is not real. He has all these subscribers now, but his content is not about him. You could replace him with literally any other person and the content will be the same. And that's why it's a hollow fame. He's only famous because his face has appeared everywhere, but there's no real meaning attached behind it, and that's why he's extremely insecure about it. That's why he's trying to make it about like I'm just attacking him because I'm trying to chase clout, or because he's making waves here in Poland and I'm only doing this for the clout. What are you, like 5 years old? Bro, I don't give a shit about any of that. Trying to compare followers and trying to make it about clout and stuff like that. I had a feeling that what I said was gonna cause some backlash, but I didn't think he was gonna take it to this extreme. I just called it out because I think what he's doing go against my personal values and ethics. And I don't think the way that he's portraying Poland is good for the country. And I think a lot of Polish people agree with me. So somebody had to say it. I think a lot of people resonate with my content because I'm honest and authentic, for the good and the bad, right? I never try to portray myself as this perfect man who's done no wrong. I just try to be as authentic as possible. And sometimes people like me and sometimes people don't, but I never really do it for the fame. I just try to make as positive of an influence as possible. Sure, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've made a lot of videos that I definitely regret. But I think one thing that nobody can ever say about me is that I'm not a man of integrity. That's why it bugs me so much to see somebody twist and purposely edit videos in a way and lie about me to distract from the fact that the content that he's making is very harmful to Poland. And I think the reason why he's acting this way is because he's extremely insecure. His fame is not earned fame. He's just popular in the moment, and that's why he's so insecure about trying to maintain his clout and his fame, and that's why he thinks that I'm coming after him. So I know he's probably gonna watch this video. Bro, if you want to continue to lie about me and try to destroy my life just because I made a comment about your content, whatever, bro, go for it. I'm an open book. I know you're lying about me. Everybody knows you're lying about me. But I think what it does show is that you're a very petty and insecure person with a very fragile ego. And that's why his reaction is so extreme. My channel is popular because of me. I earned my views. He hasn't. And deep down, he knows it, and that's why he's so upset. So he's gonna stop at nothing to continue to tear me down so he can raise himself up. And I think that is truly sad. So am I wrong? If you guys think so, leave a comment down below. But if you think he's in the wrong, go ahead and let him know on his Instagram. Shoot him a DM or leave a comment. Also, he's gonna be in Nowy Świat this weekend making more trash content. So here's my challenge to you, Chris. If you think your content truly is not problematic, then go ahead and film this weekend in Nowy Świat and see what happens. But we know you won't, because you're a coward and a rat, and everybody knows it.